Can you tell me how it felt to become the first African American principal, and in some cases the first African American female principal of not one high school but several high schools in the Baltimore area?
Well, it was quite a challenge, but I did not see it as being insurmountable at the time, because if you feel you are prepared, then you need to do whatever it is that they feel that they want you to do. The only thing about it was, after my first experience in the Baltimore City Public Schools, the principal at that first junior high school made the announcement over the PA system that she didn't want any nigger teachers in her school. Well, my parents and my grandmother always said, you never let people abuse you if you can do something about it. And I had been fortunate enough to get a telephone call from the president of the Chesapeake and Potomac Telephone Company when I attended my resignation, saying I had a job anytime I wanted it. So I didn't have to take that kind of abuse. And I proceeded to let my supervisor know that in February I was leaving. And of course then the principal got upset and said no one left her school unless she put them out. And I just responded, it's the first time for everything, and I was not staying. And so I did. I left the Baltimore City Public School System. And then I was hired at Waverly Press. They too were looking for people to take the exam, to integrate, and I became the first female there to edit medical books and journals. So, as I said, if you're prepared, a job is always out there if you want it. So, with that experience at the junior high school, the rest of it didn't matter, because the supervisor and the principal said he didn't want me because if I left that school, they put me out. I said no. And the supervisor said no. Said they didn't put her out, she left, and told the scenario. And so that started my career of opening schools, being part of, faculties that open brand new schools. And once you sort of get a kind of a way you operate, then people want you to do a lot of different things. And so, being the principal of the school, my salvation was I never carried people with me when I left from one school to the next. I just left the school because I felt whatever we had been doing together, you wanted it to stay intact since they had said it was working. And so I would leave and walk into the new situation. Well, the people didn't feel threatened because I'm not bringing a lot of people that they would feel would, in quotes, spy on them. So it worked out. I find it's always easy to get rid of people. It's much harder to grow them up and get them to get the promotions and things that so many of them desire. And that was the way I did it. So as soon as I would get one straightened out, they would move me to another one to straighten out, and just kept going. I think I'm the only person in the system that had 5 different experiences, and no one ever said, well, let's let her stay someplace. No, it was always, let her get it straight, we'll send someone in, many times not on my recommendation, which of course is why so many of them have failed.